Today, I have a solution to a problem that was mildly irritating to me, but I didn't think a whole lot about it up until I started doing the 12 cast-ons for 2026. So if you're interested, grab your project, grab your drink, and hang out with me for a few minutes. If not, I will catch you on the next one. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm glad you're here. Whether you are a new viewer or you are a returning viewer, I appreciate the time you're taking out of your day to hang out with me. Now, if you are a new viewer, usually it is knitting, crochet, sewing, and a lot of talking. And for the past few months, I was struggling with the use of my left side of my body, but I am almost 100% back to normal. So I'm celebrating that every day. Now, today, okay, so when I did with, when I saw her make along the 12 cast-ons for 2026, I thought, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. I didn't know if my little singular whip brain could do it. And it's February and I'm having, some issues with feeling the pressure of getting the things done. But while I was setting myself up for that, and I know I don't have a whole lot of knitters, but I do know I have some knitters. So y'all can sympathize with me, maybe to a degree. But when I was looking for all that, I had it. Now, I did have it in this little bag right here. And I still have a couple pieces in here. Some of my chiaogus, but I haven't put them up yet. And the first one I think is the first one is a 2 millimeter. That's how teeny tiny that little puppy is. And I had to flip through every single one of these. Now, most of them are in the thing here, but it's very irritating. And I had to do that 12 different times because every time I found a pattern, I had to go in there and see if I had a needle to do that with. Plus, I have my interchangeable chiaogus, so I had to go through those too. Now, another podcaster that I watch, she has a pants hanger. You know what I'm talking about? One of those metal pants hangers that has clips for probably 6 or 7 pairs of pants. She keeps hers on that. And I was like, that is a great idea. It would be so much easier if I did something like that. And I was kind of thinking, maybe a tie thing, like a tie holder or something like that. Anything that would clip or hold my needles. But I have to buy all that, right? So I thought, what if I go and start doing something like this? Now, I had an image in my mind that I wanted to do. It was a little bit different than this. But I actually saw this online when I was Googling how to do knitting needle organizers. And Kelsey, she just got one that folds up like an accordion for a book. And then you roll them up and you put them in there. And that's great. But again, that would cost me money. And necessity is the mother of all invention, right? So, because I was going to do something similar to that, but I was like, that's a whole lot of doing this and that, and I don't know if I want to do all that. So when I Googled it, I saw what was out there on the retail market, but it gave me an idea of I saw some similar to this, but not exact. Now, Della Q she's a big bag maker or something. I can't remember. I know she used to work with Jimmy Bean's wool. But she had something similar to this. But what I wanted was something that was handy. And, I mean, I can make it to where it folds up like this. But I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to hang it just like this. It's going to be out of the way. I can hang it on the wall. I can put a command strip up somewhere. Or I can hang it... Well, I don't use the closet in this room, but if I did... That still has my son. Actually, it has my son and his son's, my grandbaby's stuff stuffed in there. You know, because I told my daughter-in-law, don't get rid of anything yet. You don't know if you're done. So anyway, this is my prototype. Yes, it needs work. Yes. But what I haven't decided on what I want to do is I have water-soluble markers, and that's what I drew my lines with. So if you see any blue tint on here, not counting the ones that have the blue thing here, and writing the size on it, so I don't even have to go, oh, let me see, what size is this? You know, I don't even have to do that. I can just either write it on here, or I can make little Velcro tabs to where it's always, I can change out the sizes that if I need them. But that's where this or Velcro comes in handy. Now, I have thought about making these for any of y'all that want any, but I think you would need a water-soluble pen, because I don't know that I would want a permanent size on the thing. But I mean, I could always, or you could, or anybody could, write it in permanent marker, or I could sew like a little tab here with the sizes on it. But this is not all my needles, so I need more room. And I'm thinking about taking and going in here with a strip of, and I might do the background color. I might do that yellow gingham, and just doing it right through there so that I can do more needles, because I have more needles. Now, I don't use these big ones very often, but I do like the idea of having them ready and handy. And the only thing is, I will need just a little bit of wall space, or I can hang them up on the side of one of these cabinets, you know. Ooh, that's actually a better idea. I could put a command strip on the side of one of these shelves and just hang it from there. Boom. Problem solved. Okay. Now, this right here is not a totally unique idea. Neither's that technically, but this right here is what I have had my metal crochet hooks in for years. It has a snap on it, and it just rolls out, and there's my thing, right? But, and I like this. I have used this for years, but the problem with this one is these little slots are not big enough for my clover hooks. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a prototype and see if I can make me one of these as a replacement. And you know, hello, I sew. I'm a crafter. I'm going to figure out a way. Now, just like with the knitting organizer, the knitting needle organizer, this is just a prototype that I came up with. I had drawn it out, and I was like, you know what? I had not decided at the time that I was cutting and sewing this what kind of closure I wanted on it. And then I remembered I had some little 1/4 inch elastic. So I was like, that might be perfect. So I made this. And I created it to where it has a flap. And the flap goes over so that my knitting needles, when I turn them over, when I go to roll them up. Now, I think if I were to redo this, I would probably put interfacing or some kind of stabilizer in it, because it's cotton. I mean, there's no hard and fast structure. But, yeah. So, I have made 2 tool organizers for myself. And see, sometimes I have rolled it up and sometimes I've folded it. I think I like folding it better because it gives me like a burrito look. And it's so easy. I mean, I just do that and it's done, you know. But what do y'all think? Did I go too far out and go and... I mean, I think they'll be handy because this one has been handy for years, so I know this is going to be handy. I just want it a little bit more structured, so I'm going to make another one with some interfacing in it and see, you know, because this puppy right here, you can see it's stiff. I interfaced this thing beyond its life. And why do you say? Because it's going to hang. It's not going to be folded. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, and I was showing my husband, and I told him, I was like, poor fella. He looked at me like, what in the world is that thing? I was like, what's a knitting needle organizer, hanger. And I also did a pocket down there so that I have my needle sizer if I need it. I used to have another one of these, a smaller one, that I could possibly put in here. But all of my crochet hooks are either imprinted with the size, or like in the metal ones, they're etched on there. I mean, they're, you know, raised on there. So I don't have a problem with not having sizes readily visible on my clovers. Like this one right here is my favorite. This is the 4.5 millimeter. I love my 4.5 millimeter. I use it more than I use any other one. Right now, since I'm using so much heavier worsted weight stuff, I am having to use my brown one, which is a 6 millimeter. And I love both of these. I'm going to enjoy them. I do want to modify that knitting needle one with that strip down the center to give me more sleeves or more let me think of my words, y'all. Let me think of my words. More slots so that I can fit more needles in that. But let me tell you, now I am recording this Wednesday because I will not be here tomorrow. I am going out of town to that warehouse sale. So I needed to get this done today. And let me tell you, I probably would have thought about interfacing if I had not been in such of a rush and rushed myself on this. Because I had cut all the fabric for this yesterday. But like I told y'all in Wednesday's video, my daughter-in-law and my grandson came, so everything got put on hold. So everything for this got sewn together today. And then I cut, and this was cut and sewn today. So all of this I was doing this morning, and I'm like, oh, I felt the pressure, let me tell you. Because like I told y'all, that yarn from Premier, I won't be able to show y'all till Monday. So I was like, I wanted to either have this done for Monday's video, or I wanted to have the yarn. I wasn't sure which day, Friday for the prototypes, or Friday for the prototypes, Monday for the yarn, or the yarn for Friday and Monday for the prototypes. Originally, it was going to be Monday for the prototypes. And it just didn't work out that way. But that's okay. Like I said, Premier's probably been having it rough when we had that cold spell and all the ice and snow. But let me tell you, yesterday it was 70-something degrees in my house. Today it's 70 degrees outside at almost 3 o'clock. It blows me away that I don't know. It's the weather. It's cloudy and overcast. Imagine how hot it would be if it was actually sunshine. It was cloudy yesterday too. It cleared up for about maybe 20 or 30 minutes while me and my daughter-in-law and my grandson and all were out in the front yard, but I haven't seen the sun today at all. But that's okay. Okay, now, that's all the handiness I have for us crocheters and knitters. And if you wanted to see yarn, come back Monday. I will have yarn for y'all Monday. And it's going to, I cannot wait to get it in my hands. I'm so excited. Alright. So far, I've not been disappointed in Premier's yarns that they carry. It's not all Premier yarns that they carry. They carry Universal. They carry Malabrigo. They carry Koigu. I think I'm saying that wrong. I think I am. Anyway, so they carry a lot of different brands. Or not a lot of different brands, but more than you would think a manufacturer would, or yarn company would carry. Anyway, so I have, look. Alright, I have it pulled up on my computer. This is going to be a quilt for my great nephew. Originally, when I was talking to his dad, I said, are y'all doing a theme? You know, what kind of stuff are you doing for the baby? And he's like, well, we really don't have a theme. I said, well, have you done the nursery? What's your colors? So he sent me a little video of the nursery, and I saw 3 colors. And they just popped right out at me. Aqua, gray, or gray, aqua, and white. And I was like, perfect. I'm going to do a quilt. I talked to my sister-in-law, and she was saying she was going to knit him. Her first knitted blanket will be for her grandson. She crochets, but she's just now learning to knit. So she said she was thinking about just doing a garter stitch blanket for him. And I said, that would be beautiful. She said, you know, especially, and I did recommend Premier Puzzle Yarn, the way the graded, oh, it would look so pretty. It would look so pretty. Honestly, that I might tell her to go to Michael's and try to find that upside down cake. Hang tight. Super slushy. I might take a picture of this and see if she has Michael's, because they live up in Indiana. So I can tell her to look for that. I might do that. Hopefully I'll remember that. But anyway, I got to thinking about it, and I said, you know what? I was originally going to use 3 colors. I was originally going to use these 3 colors right here. And I asked him, what did he think about those colors? Okay, just white, aqua, and gray. And he said that would be perfect. I didn't tell him what it was going to be. I just asked him the color. And he likes the idea of those colors. So then, I got to thinking about patterns. Pardon me. It's my sparkling ice caffeine. And when I was looking for baby quilts, there's a ton out there. And I have quilted a table runner for my daughter-in-law. But honestly, that is the only thing I have quilted to date. I have a quilt top for a table runner. My very first one that I have not quilted up for a table runner for me, because I realized I made it too long. And that will be fine. And I will end up quilting it. I just don't know if I'm going to put it on my table just yet. I don't know yet. That's why I haven't done anything with it, because I don't 100% know what I want to do with it. So this will be my first quilted baby blanket. And I did look at having beginner type quilts. The only problem with that is they're pretty, but with 3 plain Jane solid colors, I was scared it would be too simple. It would look plain, right? Now, neither my nephew or his wife are high maintenance, or they would be fine with a simple baby quilt, right? And in fact, I made my nephew, because he is a police officer up in Martinsville, Indiana, and I crocheted him a white and gray flag with the blue line running throughout the flag. He loved it, and I crocheted him some little stars and put on it, and he loves that. I mean, the fact that I made it, he loved it. So, what was I going to do? I looked at several different ones, and I ended up with Starry Charms, and I'm going to put that here or here, one of the two. And the colors that are on here are very, very muted. They're grays, blues, white, yellows. They're just very muted, right? And that's fine. It's a beautiful blanket. And originally I was still going to stick with these 3, okay? And my daughter-in-law was like, "You don't think that's going to be too plain?" It's like, "No, I think it'll highlight the pattern." And I was going to stick to that until I really got to looking at this pattern. And you can see, well, I don't know where I'm going to have my son insert the picture, but you can see that it's got, and I can't zoom in any further than this, but it's got, the white is stark enough to pull out away from those pale colors. And I was like, okay, but I only have 2 colors other than white. 2 fabrics. So how is that going to, am I just going to do like around 1 star in 1 color? No, I didn't want to do all that. So keeping in mind what my daughter-in-law was talking, and I looked back at the pattern, and I'm like, they used charm packs. So I went hunting in my fabric stash, and I ended up having to get this from Walmart. Though it is reading a little bit more green. Honestly, it's okay. Because when you put these all together, so I'm gonna do it like this. I hope I can, let's see. Okay. So I can do it, but I have to hold them up like this. So, I have several different kinds. And it's not going to work like I want it to. But I will put them up like this. And it doesn't matter how small, I can still use the pieces. And this is like a snake skin. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? or crackle or something. Do y'all remember there used to be a fingernail polish that did crackle looks? But I thought, how pretty would this be with these variations, right? And I think it says 3 charm packs. They're 5-inch charms, or 5-inch square charm packs. It doesn't say right here. Okay. So it just says on fabric, yeah, it says 3 charm packs or 96 5-inch squares. So between these colors, and I even thought about maybe grabbing another gray. I have polka dot gray. Well, I don't have a whole lot of gray selection, but I do have enough to where I can grab maybe 1 or 2 and do it similar, you know, something like this. Because right now it's very aqua heavy. And I don't mind, because the white and the gray can kind of be... The white is the background color for the stars. So I think I might. I'm looking over there, and there's 2. There's a little bit darker gray and polka dots, which that's fine. I have polka dots in aqua. And then there's one that has like a spirally pattern. I can do a few of those. But basically what I'm going to have to do is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 aquas. So and if I have 3 grays, that'll give me 10 fabrics. Okay, so I need a total of... I'm not sure. I'll have to work out the math in a minute. It says 95, but that's including my white. And so I need... Let's see, 32 of those and 16. So I need 48. So I need half and half, right? Yes. Okay, so I need 48 colored and 48 white. They did not write that right, because they have 32 5-inch squares for fabric A, and then they have 64 5-inch print squares. Okay, so this is cut 64 of them. Yeah, I don't know. I got to figure out their math. But anyway, so I need 48 in white. And I'm assuming I need 48 in whatchamacallit. But I don't know. No. I take that back. Okay. I need 96 printed squares. Okay. That's what it is. Okay. 96 printed squares. So I need 32 in 5-inch and 34 in those 5 inches, which I can cut them to 4.5 inches like they need me to, because I'm not working with a 5-inch charm, so I can just go directly and cut 64 of the 4.5 inch. So that means I need 96 out of 10 fabrics. And some of them I may not get a lot. So if I do 9 of each color, that'll give me 100. So I can do... Yeah, I can make that work. I can totally make that work. I'm getting excited now. I did not want to get started on this until I got all my custom stuff done, which I got that done yesterday. And I'm so excited because now they can get it, I can get it mailed off. Laura, it will be, I will be contacting you here in a little while to get that going. I promise. I'm running behind today. I meant to go ahead and get that stuff sent to you so that I could get all this mailed off today, and it just didn't happen. I'm so sorry about that. But if we do what we got to do, and I can get them packaged tonight, and I can take them and drop them off on my way out of town tomorrow. So, anyway, I'm excited. There's a whole lot of sewing going on. There's a whole lot of knitting going on. I was working on my Cable Strata knit t-shirt this morning, and I'm almost, actually I am. I just did my first row where I split underneath the arms for my back and front for the Cable Strata. So I'm going to work up the back, and then I'll work up the front and then seam them together, and I think that's how this is going to work, and then do the sleeves. Pardon me. Actually, this is more of a cap sleeve. I might have to add some extra on to the sleeves, because they have it to where you do the cuff of the sleeve when you're working the front and the back. So I might go add extra stitches to come down my arm a little bit, because I do have wings, y'all. I am human. I am 53 years old, and I have wings. Well, I will be 53 in June. I'm 52 right now, but you know, I'm so close to 53 that, yeah. Anyway, so I'm excited because that will be the first one. That's going to be the first of the 12 for 26 that first t-shirt that I finish. And I'm excited to see, because I have veered so far off of this pattern. I took out the purl rows. I changed the yarn to where it wasn't see-through. And I almost changed to a split hem, because y'all, I do like a split hem on my shirts, but I didn't. I stayed true to it. So we're gonna see. And when I finish it, because this thing had, how many projects did this? It's 4 projects, including mine, I think. Well, it signed me out, so I don't know if I can sign back in. I'll just keep it on that. My computer shut down because I didn't plug it back in yesterday. I plugged it in while I was filming Wednesday's video, and then I didn't think about it. I unplugged it, took it in there so that when my son let me know that he had finished editing it, I could just do my little description and pop it. Because I make it available. As soon as I finish, as soon as I get it from editing, from my son editing, I will go ahead and do the description, the title, and everything, and then I'll make it available to my viewers so that they have early access. I mean, my viewers, my members, so that they can have early access. But anyway, so if you're still here, I appreciate all the response that y'all have given me on the Michael's upside down cake. I don't know. You know, I said that I quilted that table runner for my daughter-in-law. I could make placemats like one of you. I think Barry told me. Barry girl. I think you were the one that told me that I could try. Actually, I have my laptop right here, so I can look and see who made that comment. Let's see. Where is my comments on this puppy? Here we go. Ha! And y'all, I'm sorry, I have not responded to any. I've been working my booty off on this thing here. Barbara, you and wait. Hold on. Yeah, Barbara and Barry said accent pillow. And that is a great idea. I like that idea. And that might be what I do. Just do 2 or 3 of them. And honestly, Suzanne, she was with me and she liked that yarn. So if I can't figure out something, because I'm going to ask her if she wants a throw pillow or not. Because I don't want to make anything that she's not going to use, you know. But if she doesn't like that idea or the idea for the placemats, and Deidre said that. So I do like both of those ideas. The placemats, I don't know, because the table runner that I made her is sunflowers. So I don't know if she would use that with that. So I'll have to ask her. But I love the ideas that y'all are throwing at me. Thank you. And let me tell you, I understand about the frustration about these different Michaels not having these daggone yarns. I mean, I look at it like this. When I worked at Joann's, yes, my store didn't get some things that West Columbia and North Columbia got, but then again, it also flipped. We got things that they didn't necessarily get. Just like that fabric that I showed y'all Wednesday from Michael's. My local store doesn't have that. But the Augusta store did. And I do miss Joann's. Not only do I miss working there, I miss the selection of stuff. Now, I used to hear people ragging on Joann's quality of cotton and all that stuff. I have had bougie cotton fabric, and I have had craft cotton fabric. And I've had a lot of different ones in between. Now, I will say this. Depending on the application, and the same thing with yarn, depending on what you're doing with any of this, there's a wide range of selections for everybody. And I love acrylic yarn, but I also love bougie yarn. I'm not going to lie. I like bougie cotton quilting fabric. And I also like good, sturdy cotton. Oh, by the way, if anybody... Now, I am looking into linen yarn. But if anybody knows where I can get... See, we had this at Joann's, but I haven't been able to find it at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. And that might just be my local stores. I want some good linen fabric. Because I'm buying a lot more fresh fruit and veggies right now. Because of the way I'm eating. And I can't even complain. But I was going to use some white cotton fabric. But linen is better to do, I was going to make some pouches and stuff for my fruits and veggies once I get them home from the store. Or once I get my garden, well, the greenhouse is done. My greenhouse that I've raised, that I've grown in every year is fine. It's kind of a greenhouse high tunnel cross. But I do hope to get a little bit more, because I am about to be planting some bell peppers, some tomatoes. All that's going in my greenhouse. Well, now, when me and my daughter-in-law get all that done, I'll be planting some up there, but that's probably going to be later in the summer to fall crops. So, and then root veggies, but it's all going to be, I want some linen so I can make some bags, some refrigerator bags, because it keeps the moisture off of the fruit and veggies to where they don't go bad as fast. So if y'all have any idea where I can do, I'm going to look tomorrow. Yesterday in your world. I'm going to look when I go up to the warehouse sale and see if they have any linen. I'm crossing my fingers. They have a website, but their website it's a wholesale website, and I have to have my sign in, my business sign in. And it's not as user-friendly as I would like it to be. So I don't mind paying retail if I have to. I have paid retail for 90% of my stuff since Joann closed. I do buy from the wholesaler, but most of my stuff has been retail buying. So I don't even mind if I have to go to Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or even an online supplier that you may know of for some good linen fabric. Because I would love to make me some veggie and fruit bags for my fridge. I appreciate that. Thank you. Now, going back to the yarn thing. If they're going to make it for a limited time only, I do believe that they should make it available in every Michael's store. Because, you know, Michael's and Yarnspirations, they have this agreement because Michael's is basically primarily the ones who carry all of the cakes that Yarnspirations or Karen put out. So, I mean, we carried some Karen cakes, but not very many. When you want Karen cakes, you need to go to Michael's. You definitely not, probably, I don't even think Hobby Lobby has them. No. I could be wrong on that, and I count on y'all to tell me below if I am, because I don't like to have the wrong information. Anyway, I'm tickled. I do want to get started playing with that yarn, especially that, what was the name of the one? Candy Floss? I think that was it. I don't know. The beautiful rainbow one. It's over there. Hold on. 1 second. Candy Floss. I was right. I want to get started on this. I don't know who's going to be driving tomorrow, because it's 4 hours away. So I don't know if I'm going to be driving, or my daughter-in-law is going to be driving, or we're going to be flipping back and forth. But you know I'm going to be taking me some yarn to work on. I am ready to get started in that. But I got so many... This is where I said I was putting so much pressure on myself. I have all of those 12 whips, the knitting whips. I also have to finish my last 2 squares for my Stash Busting 2026 blanket. So, as much as I want to get my hands in that Candy Floss and make a hexagon cardigan, I'm not going to. I'm going to show restraint. I'm going to try to show restraint. But it's a perfect opportunity. I mean, I'm not going to ask her to drive all 8 hours. The last time she drove up there and I drove home. So we'll probably do something along those lines. 1 drive there, 1 drive back. So I'll have at least 4 hours worth of knitting or crocheting time. It's probably going to be knitting. Actually, if I take a few minutes today and write down the instructions on part 2 of those squares where you rotate it and the corners go offset again, I could get a lot of that done. I might not get all of both of them done, but I could probably knock a big old dent in that puppy. I might do that. Or at least one of them. If I can get... Because remember I told you I was working them in tandem? But if I can get 1 done, yeah, I might do that. I'll take some knitting. I'll probably take my cable... No. If my cable strata... I need to do 4 inches on the back before I start doing anything with it. I want something mindless. So you know what? I might take 1 or 2 of my hats. And the crocheted squares. But you know what? Barbara and Barry, your throw pillow idea, if she'll use it. Oh, I guess I'd have to ask her today if she would use one, because I was thinking I could do that with that, and use either white or black as an accent. I'll have to ask her. I need to find out if she wants me to make her some throw pillows, because I could probably squeeze 2 out of that. Because how many did I say? How many ounces did I say what one was? It's been too many days since I weighed that thing. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I've been chitter-chattering way too long. I honestly don't even know. I didn't look at my thing until it was almost 3 o'clock. So I have no clue when I started recording. But I appreciate y'all hanging out here with me. As much as I was in a rush to get finished with these 2 little prototypes that I'm going to thoroughly enjoy. I don't know which one I'm going to love most. The crochet or the knitting. It sounds like jingle bells. Oh, and yeah, my wind chimes. I love my wind chimes. I went so many years without hearing them. And it's Jennifer's fault at Cinnamon Stitches. Because hearing her wind chimes brought back memories of my childhood. I did not have the best childhood at all. And we moved around. I mean, we would literally just get settled somewhere and then have to move. So we moved a lot. And I lost so many childhood things. You know, there was not a whole lot of things that were kept relating to my childhood. And well, hold on, y'all. Sorry. I kept turning my head and I kept seeing something on my glasses. But anyway, the one thing that I always heard, and she would buy the cheapest little wind chimes. You know, she had one wind chime that she kept for a long time. I'm surprised that thing lasted through so many houses. But after she lost that one, she ended up getting just, you know, whatever the little cheapo things that we didn't really have. I think we had Family Dollar, maybe. No. Kmart and Rose's. But whatever she could find. There wasn't as many Family Dollars, and, you know, we didn't have dollar stores like we have now. But anyway, so listening to my wind chimes, it brings back some good memories, because sometimes that's the only thing that brought me joy in a day. Just the beautiful sound of that. Anyway, and I do love music. I do. All kinds of music. Well, almost all kinds of music. Don't come at me. There are some musics that I don't like. I don't need to name them. But there are definitely, for the most part, I can pretty much listen to anything. But there are some that just, nope, I can't do it. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I hope y'all have a great weekend. I'm gonna have a good road trip tomorrow with my grandson and my daughter-in-law, and hopefully I will come home with some goodies. I don't know. The thing about it is, I have to buy it by the bolt with this company. They do have some pre-cuts, but they're definitely higher cost. And I'm going to check out their pre-cuts, or their little 1 yard or 3 yards, or, you know, those are what they call pre-cuts, not little 5-inch charm packs cuts. I think they have some of those too. But anyway, that's why I was telling y'all, if y'all had a certain fabric that y'all wanted me to look at, to let me know before today, so that I could look for some tomorrow. But what I can do is I can try to, I will have my phone on me, of course. And I will get their permission whether to video some of the fabric or to take pictures of it, so that y'all can kind of tell me if it's worth it to you, or if y'all like the fabric enough. And if I can pre-sell enough to make it worth buying the whole bolt, I can do that, okay? I just don't want to be stuck with 8 yards, 10 yards, depending on, you know, the size of the bolt. I don't want to be stuck with that much fabric if I'm not going to be able to move it. So, that may be Monday or Tuesday, or Monday or Wednesday, or maybe Friday. I don't know, because I do have my stash busting and my 12 cast stones. So it'll be sometime next week that I show y'all, if they give me permission to take pictures or to take any kind of video. I won't be able to take videos of the, you know, like people do when they're like, oh, come shop with me. I can't do all that. But I could probably take little short video snips of different fabric or photos. So I look forward to that. And if I do get to do that, and you see something that catches your eye, we can kind of do, we'll figure out if I can afford to get that, because money is still tight. So I don't want to overextend myself, you know, on that kind of thing. What little bit I am spending is probably not a good idea, but that's okay. I don't mind spending some. I just have to be very careful because, you know, honestly, I was looking at jobs the other day. Yep. Anyway, we're not going to get into all that. Have a great weekend. If something brings you joy, hold on to it. Try to store it in your memory banks so that when you are feeling kind of a blah day or something's really got you upset, so that you can bring it back out. It works, y'all. I'm not kidding. Hope you find some joy today. I will see you in the next one. Bye.